I was disappointed when we went to overtime and I'm watching the game and I'm saying, whoever wins the coin flip is going to score on the first drive. And I'm so disappointed, first of all, that the game's going to end. And second of all, that one of these quarterbacks is going to get totally screwed and is not going to be able to touch the ball. I mean, and that is what, I'm not even trying to segue into overtime. I'm simply trying to say that Patrick Mahomes basically is not going to lose a game like that if he has any equal chance. And he did. And, let's go back now 3 years to Kansas City, New England, overtime, where Tom Brady gets the ball first. And, Mike, it was the same thing that day. If Patrick Mahomes if Kansas City won the coin flip that day, do you have any doubt in your mind that Kansas City was going to win the game? I didn't.
None whatsoever.
Same way I thought Brady was going to win the game if they won the coin flip. Football shouldn't be like that.
You and I did a video earlier this week for Yahoo where we talked about overtime. And, one of the things that began to gain traction last year was the Ravens spot and choose idea where one team picks where the drive starts and the other one decides whether to be offense or defense. And you made an excellent point. If spot and choose was in play on Sunday night, the Bills would have picked the 1 yard line, 99 yards away from pay dirt, and the Chiefs would have said, we'll take the ball, because they would have gone 99 yards. That's the flaw in spot and choose. Some offenses are so good that you can back them up against the doorstep of their own end zone, and they're still going to make it 99 yards to score. So even that isn't as fair as it needs to be in one of these games. And we've seen them now. We've seen lightning strike twice in 3 years where the offenses are playing at such a high level. The idea of only one of the offenses being on the field in overtime makes it seem completely and totally unfair. That's the one, we talk about how great last weekend was, and it was, but the one shadow on those 4 games was the fact that at the end of the day, it was unsatisfying. Now, maybe some at the league office would say, hey, leave them wanting more. That's not the way you want to leave people wanting more.
Yeah. Well, look, my first thought was at the end of that game was that Howard Katz, Mike North, and the scheduling team, right now on Monday, I bet got their first phone call from either NBC, CBS, or ESPN. We want Kansas City Buffalo next year. It's the game of the year. And we aren't even through with this year yet. But I do think, Mike, that we're probably going to have some legitimate traction for trying to change the overtime rule, at least for, remember, 12 years ago, they changed the overtime rule at first for playoffs only, so that both teams would get a chance to touch the ball, assuming the first team didn't score a touchdown. And I think they will take that phrase out of the rule at some point. I can't predict whether it'll be this year or at some point in the future, but I do think they're going to make a rule that says both teams could touch it. And look, maybe, and this would be acceptable to me, and I know at least one prominent person in the NFL. If the first team scores a touchdown in the extra point, the second team, if it scores a touchdown, has to go for 2. So that would then dictate to you whether you wanted to get the ball first or second, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that would be better. Many things would be better than what we currently have. What we currently have is not good enough. The challenge is finding the best solution, the most fair solution that also limits exposure to the players. You don't want to have, as you said the other day, these overtimes last forever. But in theory, they can last forever. Currently, you could have a 3 overtime game like they had Christmas Day 1971 between the Chiefs and the Dolphins. So hopefully they'll come up with the best possible outcome once the dust settles on the season.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.